Texans sideline, head coach DeMeco Ryans. His guys appear to have figured things out as of late, 4-2 over their last 6 games. On the other side, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid. His guys hoping to give their fans a holiday win here on this Thanksgiving night. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. Solid stiff arm. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was celebrating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Now a run. It's the rookie from Oklahoma.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
The ball carrier.
2nd and 10.
Ball down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. 3rd and 2.
To Rashee Rice. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
In punt formation.
Here's Daniel Whelan now. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Texans will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10.
Here's Stroud. Got a man. It's Collins complete. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Now Stroud.
At the 37-yard line.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. The throwing again is Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Stroud. That's caught again by Schultz. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Stroud to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works him past the 50. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line.
First down, Houston.
Play action. Here's Stroud. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. And he's got this down to the 35. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Mixon with a first down carry.
And able to get this to the 31.
The numbers for Mixon last week, 24 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Texans, first down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. Stroud going to give to Marks. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Stover, incomplete. Brings up second and
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Here is third and quite a ways.
It's now third down and 1.
Stroud looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3. Maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The numbers on the ground for Pacheco last week. 12 carries, 65 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. They juked him. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a first and 10. The Texans offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. They'll run with a USC man, Woody Marks. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Throwing now is Stroud. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Texans first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And Stroud now to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Back to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation. They keep the football. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. It's taken to the 26. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now playing here on Thursday night, do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Mahomes. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use. Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Stroud sets up the play action. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Stroud working out of the gun. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Looking to throw. Stroud.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
They run straight ahead with Marks. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Woody Marks, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Nice footwork at the 25. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
The 40-yard line.
Mahomes going to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up
Mahomes now to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. On the punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Look and repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after getting up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they're both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Stroud out of the gun here. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. The Chiefs at 9-1 on the year. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
And partner, to me, this is a team that no matter what the matchup, they are up for the fight. They are really suited for the postseason the way they're playing right now. And I would not want to face them come playoff time.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And now out comes Houston.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
1 yard and now no yards. Have them looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Stroud.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. We'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A beautiful thing. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling hit this to the right side and intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0.
Chiefs, nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. KC's offense ready to take over.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You
down.
don't want to.
But no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving them a lot to think about.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return.
Houston set to take over. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw. Stroud. This one left side caught by Collins.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Now Stroud.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try to make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
With that, he matches his receiving yards from a week ago, and we still have more than a half of football to play. It's a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And it'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held.
That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Mahomes gets it out quickly, and it's complete out wide. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 40. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll get 19 out of this, but it was... They'll give it to Mixon. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Another try for Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and
Stroud.
And this is going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Heading straight, it's Pacheco. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 13.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mahomes. A gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Mixing up the middle. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And the Texans first down. A gain of 5.
A draw play for Mixon. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Chiefs 20-yard line.
Stroud to throw it.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Throwing now is Stroud. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So on fourth down, Texan kicker Ka'imi Fairbairn comes on. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call.
Offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
He'll get this complete to Worthy.
Complete to Xavier Worthy. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 17.
Now Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. That one caught by Rice. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. The drive will start with an option going left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down.
And Stroud now to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's taken at around the 40. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And now here comes Kansas City. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 50-yard line.
Second down and 8. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's Rice. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up third and 1.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Now this time Mahomes will throw. That is caught. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
A gain of 19 yards. And a Kansas City Chiefs first down. First and 10 at the 20.
Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce.
Oh, the gain of 3 on the play. That will bring up second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Mahomes going to throw. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 12-yard line.
Kansas City Chiefs first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
He was covered by Henry To'o.
Now it's Mahomes again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
The Chiefs will set
Mahomes will throw for it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wondered maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline. And they want to do it with some gusto, too.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And incomplete. He dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. Second down.
Incomplete. Brings up second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. An option handoff here to Mixon. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough third down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on second down.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a fourth down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mahomes now to throw. The tight end, Kelce. Now the ball comes loose. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline is still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw, it's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelce. 3rd down and 13.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 13.
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Running left, it's Mixon. Well, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's a give to Mixon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Stroud. On a slant, here's Collins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
17 yards. And the Texans first down. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Texans.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A handoff to Mixon. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
Offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Slot man moves right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon.
And he stopped immediately there.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd down. At the Chiefs' 25-yard line.
Stroud to throw it.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down.
A 25-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
A handoff now for Pacheco. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the Texans.
Now Mahomes.
That's caught right side by Worthy. And the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Gain on the play.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Chiefs 13.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Mixon with a first down carry. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Back to Mixon on first down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. On the zone read, give the marks. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. This is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding offense.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. Now Stroud. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 16. 1:11 to go. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. Mahomes. Open man right side is Rice.
A gain of 12 yards. And a Kansas City Chiefs.
Mahomes will throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Here comes second down and 5.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Mahomes
shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 6.
Mahomes to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review of this being inside 2 minutes of play. Everything coming from up above.
First down. First and 10.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
Will Anderson on the coverage.
Mahomes.
That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Third down.
Here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Darren Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. To Inigo Stroud, and that is going to be all she wrote.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Houston, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week as they will take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they go down to defeat for just the second time in 11 games so far. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.